us for the Everyone Counts sing-along.
The census counts people in homes big and small.
You count if you're tiny.
You count if you're tall.
Because everyone counts in the US of A. Everyone counts in their own special way. The census counts everywhere, count all who live with you. Sisters, uncles, grandmas, and your newborn babies too. 'Cause everyone counts in the US of A. Everyone counts in their own special way.
We count all your neighbors and we count all your friends. Until we count you, the counting won't end. 'Cause everyone counts in the US of A.
Everyone counts
In their own special way. Counting is easy, counting is fun. Everyone counts and you count as one. 'Cause
everyone counts
in the US of A.
Everyone counts
In their own special way.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Everyone counts in the US of A. Everyone counts in their own special way.
For more great preschool resources, visit census.gov/schools/pre-K.
Hello friends, welcome to Paint It Kids Studio. I'm Miss Kate and today we are taking a census art break. That means we will create an amazing work of art while learning all about the US Census. Let's get started. For today's art project, we are going to be drawing hands. We are going to start by tracing our own hands, but you can add to your art by tracing your friends' or family's hands too. Let's get started. All right, so to trace our hands, we're just going to put our hand on a piece of paper. It doesn't matter what way you have your paper like facing, because we're going to like really put these hands all over. We're going to layer as many hands as we can. So I'm going to start right here, and I'm starting with a Sharpie, guys, but you might want to start with a pencil and eraser just in case you make a mistake while tracing your hand. I'm going to try to be really careful here, and I'm going to trace my hands like this. And there might be a couple little bumps or like little holes where I don't trace my hand exactly right, and I can fix those later. But I'm carefully tracing my hand. There we go. We got it. And guys, so there's like a couple little spots where I missed. So I'm just gonna go ahead and fill those in. And guys, you can have like any of your friends or family or anyone that's at your house, you can have them add their hands to this piece of art as well. And what I like to do is, so I've got one hand here and I'll put another hand here, but I like to layer them up. So you guys can layer this up as much as you want. You can even like spread your fingers apart, or you can have them close together. You can have your hand in different formations to make this work of art more interesting. And again, it may not be like exactly perfect. It might be a little bumpy. That's okay. All right, let me see how this hand turned out. Very good. There we go. I think that's pretty good. All right, so I'm gonna keep turning this around and doing my hands. And sometimes you might even just have like fingers. Like maybe I don't even have my whole hand. Like sometimes you could just do like your fingers. This is kind of fun. Even just this part is kind of fun. And it's nice too because if you end up adding a lot of different family members, you can kind of tell by the size of the hand whose hands those are. So if you have like a little baby in your family, baby brother, baby sister, then their hands will be really small, but maybe like your mom or dad, or even if your grandparents might have like really big hands compared to you. So it's kind of neat to see all different sizes of hands. So I'm just using my own hands, so they're all gonna be like the same size. But if you do this same project and use lots of different people, it gets even more interesting because you see lots of different kinds of hands, small hands and big hands. All right, I think it's getting pretty full. You wanna fill up your entire sheet of paper. So the entire thing, you want to fill up the whole thing. So here I think I might just have just my fingertips maybe, like maybe not even like my whole hand, because it's already pretty full over here. So I'm just gonna get like 4 of my fingertips here. And let me look at it. So this is a piece of art. You wanna make sure that you're really filling up the whole piece of paper. So I've got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I think I still need something over here. Maybe like this way, maybe like that. And again, the more layered up you go, the more detailed this project's going to be. So feel free to go crazy with this and really layer up lots of hands. And then I think this is just gonna go right off the page. Yep, there it goes, right off the page. All right, so I'm looking at this and I'm saying, that's pretty good. It's pretty filled in. There's some really neat shapes going on in here. And once you have all of your hands layered up, what I wanna do is, if you have not been working with Sharpie, if you've been working with pencil, I do want you on this lesson to definitely trace over your hands with Sharpie so you have a nice outline on everything. After you have your hands all traced, I'm gonna go ahead and take a little break, and if you guys need a Sharpie right now, that's fine, but I wanna take a little break and talk to you a little bit more about the census. So, during our last 2 census art breaks, we learned how important it is to count everyone in your family and also counting everyone in your community. Today, I want to talk about how important it is to count everyone in the USA. Just like it is important to raise your hand in school, we all need to raise our hands as a country to complete the US Census. If everyone in the whole country raises their hands in the 2020 census and completes it, we all will have the tools we need to help everyone. Each hand represents a person, and each person is in your community. And your community is part of this country. Every person counts. Make sure someone in your home completes the 2020 census. You can complete the census online, by phone, or by mail. Now let's get back to our art project. All right, so we have all of our hands here, and hopefully you've been able to outline your hands in black so that we have a nice outline and we know exactly where the borders of all of our hands are. I'm gonna grab some colored pencils to work with. You guys might have crayons or markers at home. It doesn't matter what we color with, just use what you have. So what I like to do with this hand project, this hand art where all these hands are coming together, is I kind of like to break it down into separate like shapes. So all these hands overlapping have made some really interesting shapes. So sometimes what I do is I'll take like a color, like maybe like this like yellow orange color, and I'll color in one shape with maybe just like a solid color, maybe just like this. And you can do this like any color. So sometimes I really mix this up. So like sometimes I'll take like these little spaces and I'll just like keep changing colors. Like maybe I'll do pink here. And especially in these smaller areas, I like to just keep it a solid color. Now something fun you can do if you want, so like when I start getting into some of these bigger areas, so like these smaller areas, like what I've got here, I usually just do a solid color. That's easier for me. When the shape is small, so this shape is pretty small. It's like a little like triangle or little square. A little bumpy on the edges, but it's like a little square. All right, so I'm like just coloring in some of these smaller pieces, like any of these like tiny shapes. I can color this in, which is a solid color. But when you get to like these bigger shapes, like maybe like this hand in here where I have like a lot of room, I like to do something different. So sometimes what I'll do is I'll do like patterns. So like maybe I'll do like some stripes. So maybe I'll do like a purple stripe. It's a little wavy like this. And then I'll take a different color. And I really like doing patterns. So like maybe I'll do some green. Okay, so then I'll draw like some green and kind of follow that same wave here. and I'll fill in this whole shape. So I've got a really big shape here. Before it bumps into any other hands, I have this really nice big shape. So I like to kind of fill some of these in just to make it more interesting. Like smaller areas you won't be able to get maybe a pattern, so I keep those solid colors. But with these like bigger shapes, I will start like filling in like patterns. Like here, and I'll show you an example with shapes. This one's more like stripes, like wavy stripes, but and I'll just keep going. So like maybe like this red orange color. So I'll draw another like this, and I'll color this in. And I'm working pretty fast, guys. If you want to work a little slower and more carefully with your coloring, that is fine. I don't like these videos to get too long, so a lot of times I will work really fast when I'm teaching like this. So you guys go slow and careful, and you can really get detailed, especially with these bigger areas where like here where I'm doing these patterns. Like it's really fun to get detailed with the bigger areas. So here I'm going like red, purple, green, red, so I need to go purple. So I'll get my purple back. And okay, so this one's gonna be a little tricky. So it's gonna go here, but it's gonna take a break, and it's because I don't have the shape there. So I'm gonna be like this. And then it'll continue over here. So I'm gonna fill this in with purple. I really like going through patterns. So like these patterns will be what makes this piece of art like super interesting. Like you'll want to look at this, and it really catches your eye. All right, so I've got all these stripes kind of going on. It's gonna get kind of tricky now because now we're to the fingers. So, okay, so I've done like red, purple, green, red, purple. Okay, so I have to go back to green. And now I've got to work with these fingers. So it's a little tricky when you get to this point because you gotta think, okay, so here, but I'm gonna take a break because this is a different color. And then I'm gonna break there. I'm gonna break there. Yep. And I think I might, there might be a little tip of this like red-orange color on this, it's my thumb. There might be a little tip of that that's gonna be that red-orange color. Okay, so I'm gonna fill this all in. I know like the pattern ones, like the stripes, or if we, in a little bit, we'll do some shapes. But these pattern ones I feel like are a lot more fun than just filling them in with solid colors. But the solid colors look really cool too. It's just, the patterns are really fun. Okay, so I'm following with my pattern. I'm back to this color, this like kind of red-orange color. Okay, so it's gonna be about that thick. You can see what I mean when it's like getting a little tricky. So there'll just be like a teeny little hint there of that, this warm red-orange color. And then this finger. This is gonna look really amazing when it's all done. And the fun thing with this is you can get really creative too, so you guys don't have to do everything exactly how I do it. So I'm almost, I think I'm to my last color because I only have like these 3 little spots left in this shape. So now I'm to the purple again, so I gotta grab my purple. And I'm just gonna finish off these fingers, and then this whole shape is done. Okay, there we go. All right, so then I can start filling in like these in between, these teeny little shapes. I can fill these in with different colors. So I might go back, I really like this bright color, so I might go back to this. And then I haven't done like, what's the color I haven't done? I haven't done blue, so maybe I'll do like a nice blue color here. I haven't done pink in this area either, so maybe I'll grab some pink like this. All right, and then anytime, so like these small areas, I don't worry about a pattern here. I color them in with a solid color. But then like in these bigger areas, so like here's another big area. So maybe on this area I could do something like maybe like some polka dots. So like I could do maybe I'll take like a dark green. No, maybe red. That'll be good. All right, so like on this big area in here, maybe I'm gonna do like some polka dots. So I'm gonna fill in some polka dots here. And it's really fun with all these overlapping shapes. It's really fun to come up with different colors and patterns that you can do in each shape to make them stand out. So I'm just like having a lot of fun just coming up with these different patterns and color combinations. All right, so I feel like I've got that whole shape colored in. So now I need like a background color. So what am I gonna do? What have I not done? Maybe I'll do like a lighter orange color. That'll be kind of nice with the, well, no, because it won't set off the, see, and this is like, even with me, I'm like, okay, what can I do? I think this may be a light green. Kind of looks Christmas now because it's like red and green. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and fill in around these dots like this, and then I'll be ready for some more shapes. So this project, guys, it takes a long time depending on how creative and complicated your patterns and shapes are. So you can make this project super easy. If you didn't have very many hands or very many like overlapping places, you could do a really simple version of this, but I want to show you guys like how it would turn out if you did some more complicated things, not just color, but like patterns too. So here I'm like, I'm gonna try to go really fast, but I'm trying to go around all these dots, so it might take me a while. But you can come up with like these polka dots here that I did on this shape. Like you could do stars, or you could do hearts, or you could do like smiley faces, or you know, like little patterns, like triangle, triangle, square, triangle, you could do like shape patterns. So there's so many different, I mean, like it's limitless. I mean, there's no like rhyme or reason to this. You do what you think will look good, and you know, and have fun. Come up with creative ideas on how to fill in these different shapes. Different color combinations, different patterns, different shapes. Make them all different. Okay, so I've got this like whole shape filled in. So now I'm gonna keep working. One thing I wanna say though is you don't want like, so say I have this little spot here. Well, I don't wanna fill in this little spot here with green or purple because it, you know, it's already right next to those two colors. So I wanna pick a different color. So maybe I'll do like orange, like this bright orange color. That would be good here. I'm gonna do like a bright orange little spot here. And then here, the same thing. So I feel like I already have like orange and pink, and purple's even kind of close to it. So maybe I'll go with something different like blue. Like that. And you're gonna keep working like this until you've filled in every single shape. I'm gonna show you one more example of like an easy, fun way to like fill in a shape. So down here, I'm gonna fill this in all with a light color. So yellow is a really light color. There's a lot of colors that will stand out on top of yellow. So sometimes I'll take a lighter color like yellow or like pink or like a very light blue or a light orange. And I'll fill in like a big block like this. And then I will take, okay, I'm almost done. Okay, all right. So then I will take a darker color, like let's say maybe blue. Maybe I'll take like a bright blue like this. And I'll go over it with a pattern. So maybe I'll do like a hatching pattern. So that's like lines going all one direction like this. And then I will take more lines and go back the other direction like this. See, and that was really fast. Like that didn't take me very long to do that at all. Also with like the fingers, if you have like really long fingers in here, sometimes I like to do like just a very simple like shape or stripe pattern. So I'll do like pink, blue, and then I'll go, drop my pencil. Okay, pink, and then blue. Pink, and I'll just keep going. This pattern, like this, blue, all the way till the end of the finger. Yeah, so some of these shapes are long enough or big enough that you guys can do something other than just like teeny tiny little spots, like these little teeny spots. Yeah, just fill those in with the color. You're not gonna be able to get a pattern in this tiny area. But have fun with the rest of it, filling it in with shapes or with patterns or with stripes. Little areas, fill in with color. This is so much fun, and really it's limitless. Like, you can be so creative with these different shapes that you have made overlapping your hands or your friends' hands or your family's hands, and making an amazing work of art. All right, friends, this is our last Census Art Break, and I want to thank you so much for joining me today for our hand art project. And you also learned about the U.S. Census. I really hope to draw with you again soon.
We count everyone in the USA. Hello again, everyone. It's CB, the butterfly from the U.S. Census Bureau. Today, we're talking about counting in the whole USA. We count people all over the place, like here, and here, and here. It's really important to make sure we count everybody here. There are a lot of different kinds of homes. This household is responding on the computer. For the first time, you'll be invited to respond to the census online. The person who is responding to the 2020 census has a lot of ways to answer the questions on it. This household is responding to the 2020 census by talking to someone from the U.S. Census Bureau on the phone. When they respond online or by phone, they can even get questions and give answers in a bunch of other languages. And this household is using a paper form and mailing it in. It's very important to make sure everybody is counted, from the very young to the very old. And we have to count people wherever they live, from the city, suburb, and farms. The most important person here is you. Thank you for your help today. I hope the adult watching with you had a good time too. Goodbye! For more great preschool resources, visit census.gov/schools/pre-K.
Hello, friends. Miss Kate here. The 2020 census is happening right now. And before our art break is over, there are 3 things that I want you and your family to know. The census is safe, easy, and important. The census is safe and only used to count how many people live in your area, so your family and friends can have the best resources for years to come. Your response is always kept confidential. The census is easy. One person can complete the census for everyone living in your house, and it takes 10 minutes or less to complete. The census can be completed online, on the phone, or by mail. The census is in many different languages, so everyone can complete it. Lastly, the census is important. Information from the census provides the basis for distributing more than $675 billion, which helps fund schools, hospitals, and many other programs that we need. This is especially important now. Make sure one of your family members completes their 2020 census. They can go to 2020census.gov right now to complete their census. Thank you so much for joining me today for our Census Art Break. I hope you had so much fun and learned a lot about the census while making an amazing art project. If you are proud of your artwork and would like to share it with me, please take a photo and share it on social media with the hashtags censusartbreak and countdmvin. thank you to all of our partners for bringing you this Census Art Break. We are so glad you were able to draw with us today. We will continue posting new art lessons every day at 1 p.m. So hit that subscribe button and ring that bell so you can be notified every time we post a new art video.